Hello, fabulous parents. This is called preschool swearing. Yes, I have had two of my parent clients get in touch with me, both talking about how their preschools have begun swearing. And we're not just talking, a little bit of S word here or something like that. We're talking the F word. These kids, generally speaking, have no idea what they're saying and how offensive it can be to hear a little child talking that way. So they asked for suggestions, and I have two. I would start with clearly saying to them, I don't want to hear those words. Here are the words you cannot use. There's probably only one or two that they're using, so that simplifies it quite a bit for the kids. But if that doesn't work, I am suggesting you pick up a mirror like this from the dollar store, one that they can hold on to, handheld, and tell them that if they persist in using those words, they really want to use those words, the only time they are allowed to use them is when they're talking to themselves in the mirror, because that's the only person that wants to hear it. That's what you can tell them. Now, the next thing you can do if that doesn't work, and we hope that it does, is you can say to them, nobody wants to hear those words. I don't want to hear those words, and I don't want to talk to you if you're going to use those words. So, don't say another word. Wait until your child pulls on you and says, Daddy, Daddy, or Mommy, Mommy, and don't answer them. Just completely ignore them for a moment. Then wait till they pull harder, or they say, Daddy, Daddy, Mommy, are you listening? And you can turn around at that moment and say, I don't want to talk to anyone with potty mouth. If you don't use the words, I'll answer you. Don't use those words, and I'll respond right away. So here are the benefits. The clear bottom line is that kids, when they hear you using those words, they pick them up, because that's what kids do. So when my husband and I got married, we agreed that we would not use the F word on each other. So in other words, you're not going to say, oh, F you or something like that. And that was a really smart thing, because I can tell you there was a few moments, I'm sure, between the two of us that we wanted to, but we didn't, because we had made a pact. Now, when we had our first child, we revised it a little bit and said, okay, now we're not going to use it at all because we don't want our kids to pick it up. But all is not lost. If you love the word like I did, all is not lost. I just postponed using it for a little while. And when our last child went to university, oh man, I got started. I was giddy with excitement. I used it steadily for a month. When I got up in the morning, I would say to my dogs, good effing morning to you. And then I would say, how are my beautiful effing furry friends? We'd go if I went for lunch with a friend and they wanted salt or pepper, to pass the salt or pepper, I'd say, here's the effing salt or the effing pepper. And this would go on all day. Like I said, it went on for a month. I had so much fun. It was funny as well. Anyway, so all is not lost. You can eventually have the same kind of fun as I did. And it can go on for months if you like. It can go on for the rest of your life. But just don't say it in front of the kids. That's my best advice for you, the very best strategy I have. And remember, you do all this because you're a fabulous parent. Bye for now.